As much as nursing is in high demand, cybersecurity is a lot more. I have helped a lot of nurses get into cybersecurity in the last few months. About 50% of registered nurses earn between $61,000 and $97,000 a year. Cybersecurity command a higher salary. This is according to salary.com, with reports suggesting figures from $95,000 to $152,000. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some statistics and some facts that will make you realize and understand why some nurses would actually prefer to become a cybersecurity specialist. A few days ago, we just sat down, got talking, and we were trying to understand why would anyone want to leave being a nurse, a profession that so many people so much covet, to become a cybersecurity professional. And we started looking at some numbers, and I said, now I understand why I've been able to successfully help a lot of nurses get into cybersecurity. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some statistics and some facts that will make you realize and understand why some nurses would actually prefer to become a cybersecurity specialist. Now, let's take a look at a few things. I'm not going to be telling you things from my head. We're going to be looking at facts. Now, looking at salary.com and rncareers.com, comparing the salaries between registered nurses and cybersecurity in the US in 2023, it reveals a significant difference in their compensation, which is very obvious. And I'm going to tell you now. For registered nurses, the average annual salary is reported to be around $82,000, with a range indicating that about 50% of registered nurses earn between $61,000 and $97,000 a year. Now, notably guys, registered nurses with extensive experience and education can earn more than $120,000, and this is because you can earn this most especially in California and in some other part of the country. But it's important to also understand, according to this rncareers.com, that only about 10% of nurses in the US earn more than $120,000. If you want to know the number of nurses we have in the US, this is about 3.5 million nurses. So out of about 3.5 million, only about 300,000 plus earn more than $120,000 a year on one job. On the other hand, cybersecurity command a higher salary. This is according to salary.com, with reports suggesting figures from $95,000 to $152,000. $95,000 to $152,000. Now, compare that to $61,000 and $97,000 of registered nurses. This variation can be attributed to factors like experience, certifications, and the specific role within the cybersecurity domain. Now, what does that simply mean? Looking at the average and the ceiling, cybersecurity earns more than nursing, without a doubt. Looking at facts. Now, on the other hand, when we also got talking, we were looking at how long does it take to become a nurse and how long does it take for you to become a cybersecurity specialist that can earn these multiple six figures that we're talking about. 2 years, according to nurse.org, it takes 2 years for associate degree in nursing. 2 years. And in the same vein, it takes 4 years for you to become a BSN. BSN is bachelor's and ADN is associate degree. Another factor that we also looked at is the burnout rate. Now, talking about the duration that it takes for you to become a nurse, we're looking at 2 years for associate degree in nursing and 4 years for bachelor's in nursing, that's BSN. And in cybersecurity, my fastest student to get a job was 39 days. By the time she got to my mentorship and when she got a job was 39 days. Guys, I'm not capping. You can hear that again. 39 days. Hey guys, you go back to the YouTube in a minute. We have a free webinar where we'll walk you through on how to bag multiple cybersecurity jobs in 90 days, even without IT degree, IT experience, or qualification, or even certifications at all. Click the link below to join my free webinar. I will see you on the inside. Now, back to the video. All right. Now, do you need 2 years to get cybersecurity job? not at all. You don't even need 4 years. So you can tell the clear difference why some of them would actually prefer to become cybersecurity specialists. Now, we also looked at the burn rate in the last 3 years from 2021 to 2024. According to nurse.org, 81% of nurses has reported burnout, and I'm going to try 81% of nurses say they are burnout. And why are they even burnout? When they ask, it's because of the hours that they have to put in. It's a lot. Now, what are these reasons why they experience this burnout? Number one, unpredictable hours. Nurses, they often face erratic shifts in terms of working hours. Some they can work for 12, 14 hours on their feet. It is not easy. It is not an easy thing to do. Now, we also looked at, okay, what are other reasons why you would want to leave nurse and become a cybersecurity specialist? Another thing that we saw is not being able to work multiple jobs simultaneously. As against cybersecurity, let me give you an example. For instance, you can be a cloud security engineer in company A and be a cloud security engineer in company B. You can be a risk analyst in company A and be IT audit in company B. You're doing that simultaneously, right? 8 hours a day, and you're making your money. However, as a nurse, you can only do 8 hours somewhere or 12 hours and go somewhere else and do 8 hours or 12 hours. You cannot do 8 hours in 2 different companies at the same time. So not being able to do this simultaneously put a toll on them. Another reason, which we also factored in to be one of the reasons why we have a lot of nurses that have helped into cybersecurity, is because of loss of family time. You know, for cybersecurity, you work from home for a lot of cybersecurity jobs, which is why some people have been able to work multiple jobs at the same time, treating their job as their client. Now, because you can work from home, you can do multiple jobs. Not only that, you have more time to spend with your family and the people you love the most. Nurses do not have this opportunity. Nurses, trust me, without nurses, myself, I won't be here. Because I remember there was a time I had an issue, medical emergency, and I remember how the nurses were available on call to help nurse me back to life. Do I really love them? Of course. Are they essential service workers? Of course, yes. But there are some people that would prefer that they do some other job that either do not take their time or pay them much more than what they currently earn. And this is where I come in. So if you're a nurse and you want to get into cybersecurity, you want to make multiple 6 figures, you don't need 2 years, you don't need 4 years. All right, you can click the link below and we'll work together. But let's continue. Now, what are the benefits of joining cybersecurity? As a nurse, what are the benefits? You're asking yourself, okay, Tolu, you're telling me all these reasons why it's better for me to become a cybersecurity specialist or to be a cybersecurity specialist as touching nursing or becoming a nurse. Now, tell me, why do you think I should leave my notable nursing job and become a cybersecurity specialist as you have helped other people? Number one is transferable skills. That's number one. As nurses, you have an advantage. There's a framework in cybersecurity called HIPAA, all right? And there's also one that HIPAA is for the US. There's one for Canada that's called PIPEDA or something like that. This is basically to help patients to anonymize their data and talking about patient data privacy. So you already have that advantage over other people who do not know anything about PHI. So that's an advantage for you. So you've got the transferable skills there. Number two is the remote work potential. Now, what does that mean? As cybersecurity, about 70% of cybersecurity professionals work from home. What that simply means is that you will not be leaving your family very early in the morning to go to work and stand for 8 hours on your feet. You'll be working from home, doing your job, doing what you love the most with the people that you love the most. So you have the opportunity to work remotely. Number two, some of you love to travel, but you cannot travel as a nurse. You're not going to earn your pay. You have to go to the hospital or to the clinic or to wherever you do your job, either to the facility to do your job before you can get paid. But as a cybersecurity specialist, you don't have to go anywhere. As a matter of fact, if you love to travel, you can pick your laptop, go to wherever you want to go, and you continue your job. So the remote work advantage is what some people really covet, and some of the nurses that I've helped into cybersecurity, I think that is one of the top on their list. The fourth one is work-life balance and career growth. Now, a career in cybersecurity provides opportunity for flexible work arrangement. It's very flexible. Not only that, it allows nurses time for family and personal pursuits. Additionally, the field offers strong potential for career advancement with diverse paths for growth. So let me ask you, you're a registered nurse today and you've had about how many years of experience? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or 10 years? You're even a director of nursing. How much do you get paid right now? Do you get up to $150,000? So let me give you this instance. For me, in about 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I might become a chief information security officer, and my take-home pay will be more than $1 million a year. But as a nurse, I doubt if you can get to that point, except you want to do like so many jobs and you would have to work 8 hours here, 8 hours there. But as a cybersecurity specialist, the career advancement is unlimited. As a nurse, you've got a cap. There's a limit to what you can make. Even as a director of nursing, right, with master's degree, there's a limit to what you can make. But in cybersecurity, there's nothing like that. All right. So that is one of the advantages that I've seen that have driven people to me to help them transition into cybersecurity. And another thing is leveraging existing skills. Like I told you, nurses who transition into cybersecurity, they don't necessarily abandon their nursing careers entirely. What they leverage on is their medical background while they explore new opportunities to do their job. Now, what are other points that we can take a look at? There are other things that we can look at. Number one is the high demand. Trust me, guys, as much as nursing is in high demand, cybersecurity is a lot more in higher demand. Trust me on that. As I speak to you right now, there are over 1 million positions that are on field in cybersecurity. Over 1 million on field positions, and it's going to keep growing. So if you're a nurse, you're making like how much? You have 2 jobs and you're making like 180, 200K, but you desire to make like 300, 350, 400K. I would advise you right now, come to cybersecurity. Let's help you make that same money while you work from home. Another thing is the analytical skills, and finally is the lifelong learning opportunities that you have. As a nurse, I understand that you have to maybe do some recertification or do some exams or do something that you do every year. But in cybersecurity, what you just have to do is to update your skills and update your knowledge. So now you can understand why I have so many nurses that I've helped into joining cybersecurity, because number one, you don't need 2 years, you don't need 4 years. Number two, you can work multiple jobs simultaneously. You don't have to leave your home to go to work. Number three, you're not going to lose time with your family, lose time with your spouse, and even your children, because you're going to be working from home, taking care of your family and also taking care of your job. So if that is what you desire, you can click the link below and let's have a conversation. Now, if you disagree with all these points, trust me, I like to learn from you. What do you think about that? Why do you think nurses are joining cybersecurity now? Why do you think about 81% of them have reported burnout? Why do you think the nurses are just quitting? They want to get into IT now, and a lot of them into cybersecurity, because I've helped quite a number of them in the past few months. I'd like to hear from you, and if you also want to have a conversation, there's a link below. I'll be having a challenge this month. I'll be having a challenge where I'll be teaching you how to get into cybersecurity in 90 days, even without you having IT degree or background. So if you're a nurse and that is your wish or that is your dream to be able to make multiple 6 figures while you work from home within the next 90 days, I have a 5 days challenge where I'm going to teach you how to achieve that. I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye for now, guys.